Well, hi students, this is all about Exam 2. So what you want to do is you want to first go to Modules to download a copy of Exam 2. So you'll just do that here and you'll pull it up and you want to put all your answers on, you want to save this and type all your answers on here. And this must be uploaded by midnight on April 3rd. So I'm giving you lots of time to do it. Do know that each question is worth 20 points. Don't forget to put your name on it. And when your exam is completed, you want to go to Assignments and Modules and upload it here and make sure you have these completed worksheets uploaded as well. And now what I'm going to do is give you a brief tour of what the exam is like. This is question 1, and so that's taken directly from Homework 10, and it's really not much different at all. So you just use the same methods. That should be pretty clear to you. Question 2 was taken from Homework 8. We've seen that question several times, so that shouldn't be much of a problem for you. For question 3, this is something I feel like I need to explain. So what I want you to do is that both questions 3, 4, and 5 all concern this one specific product. And so you'll want to first go here and watch. This is a video where Jon Stewart's making fun of an individually wrapped banana.
An individual banana wrapped in plastic. What problem?
So he's making fun of because it seems ridiculous that this banana that already has a wrapper is now being placed in a wrapper. That's to give you one view of it. But then there was another article where Del Monte actually describes exactly why they're selling this. And so they give some reasons why people would actually want to buy this thing. And so then I want you to read this article. And you want to read this article pretty carefully. It's going to give you a lot of the ideas you need. Okay. Now, what you have to do is, I'm going to read the question and explain it. So, if Del Monte is really selling individually wrapped bananas, they must have a well-articulated plan for how and why it will sell. Let us assume they use the Nielsen's 12 Factors for Success model. Remember, that is this model here that we spent a whole lecture on. Assume they used the model and found a reasonable assumption for believing each step would be met. I want you to take what you have learned about this banana and the model, and for each step, describe how Del Monte might be planning to achieve each step. You can certainly get a lot of the ideas from that article. But you can also hypothesize and speculate on some other ideas Del Monte might have. That is, for each step, given their product design and marketing strategy from the materials above, what assumptions are they making that makes them believe each step can be accomplished? You should clearly cover each step. I feel like this is something that needs an example. When I say a step, I'm referring to these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories that have 1 through 12 different steps. And so I think one thing you're going to read from this article is that by putting it in a plastic wrapper, they can make the banana last longer, and so maybe be able to sell it in vending machines for people who want a healthy snack. And so they, if they're trying to sell this thing, they've got a logical reason why it might sell. So maybe when it comes to like findability for this step, and so I'm kind of giving you an answer you could use for this if you want. Findability, if they're assuming that they're going to sell it in a vending machine to people who want a healthy snack, then they are assuming that they've got some kind of plan for reaching vending machines for people who really want a healthy snack. Meaning they've got an idea of how, or they're assuming that they can put this banana in a vending machine and people who are looking for a healthy snack will come along and buy it. Now, maybe they're just assuming if they put it in an ordinary vending machine that people wanting a healthy snack will buy it. Maybe they're also doing something different where they're creating maybe a different vending machine that's meant to look more visually appealing to people who want healthy snacks. But either way, from steps 1 through 8, they've got a caricature of a consumer. And here I'm assuming that it's a consumer who wants a healthy snack. And then they've got an assumption for being able to put that banana at the right place, at the right time, and the right way for that person to buy. And so here, this is my answer is, we're assuming that people looking for a healthy snack will buy it from a vending machine, or we're assuming we're creating a different vending machine that's going to really appeal to them. Or maybe there's also something in the marketing plan where you're going to target vending machines in places where you think healthier consumers might be located. I don't know, maybe a gym. But the point is, if Del Monte went through these 12 steps and they figured out a plan where they can achieve all 12 steps, what you need to do is tell me what each of those steps might be. You can get some of the information from the article. You can speculate on some other parts. It just has to be logical and make sense. And then question 4, this is after you've gone through the 12 steps, then you suppose that you're doing a focus group to test some of the steps. And so the question says, suppose a focus group was conducted on this individually wrapped banana. The focus group is administered to test whether certain aspects or assumptions of the Nielsen model applied to the wrapped banana is indeed true. Describe how the focus group might determine if Del Monte's product design and marketing strategy might be wrong. That is, describe the kind of remarks the focus group might make that calls into question one or more of the hypothetical assumptions you listed in question 3 for achieving each step in the Nielsen model. Focus group does not have to address each step, just pick out 1 or 2. So going off our previous example, we're assuming maybe people will buy healthy snacks from a vending machine. Maybe you do a focus group and you want to see if that's the case, and so you're asking questions like, okay, so if you're looking for a healthy snack, do you ever go to vending machines seeing if one is there? And then maybe someone says, no, if I'm looking for a healthy snack, I'm just assuming it's not going to be in a vending machine. I'm not going to even look there. So if I use that answer, and of course I don't want you to use that answer, even though it was a good one, if that was my answer, what I would do is I would describe what happened in the focus group. I would describe what the moderator said, what the moderator was asking, and what different people might have said that calls into question some of the assumptions made in the Nielsen model. For question 5, it says pick one part, just say one step of your Nielsen model for the hypothetical Del Monte individually wrapped banana. In the previous question, you described how a focus group would test one or more of the model assumptions. For this question, I want you to create a survey question that would test one of these assumptions. Create a question you could ask an internet survey to test whether the assumption is valid. First, describe the model assumption of interest. Second, determine how you would write the question in considerable detail. Only needs to be one question. Then describe how someone careless could make a mistake in how they asked a question. Describe this question and the mistake that could be made. And so maybe I just want to ask a question whether people looking for healthy snacks would even consider a vending machine. So I ask some kind of question like, when you're looking for a healthy snack at your workplace, do you look at the items in a vending machine? Is that someplace you would go? And so you can just describe the question you would ask. You just got to make sure the question's written very well. Exactly what question you would ask, exactly what options they would have, and then describe how someone careless could make a mistake. So maybe you could describe how someone accidentally asked a double-barrel question, or maybe provided an unbalanced number of options, something like that. So describe a mistake that could be made. And of course, there was a lecture where we talked, and there's a whole figure in the textbook excerpt talking about the different mistakes that can be made. So that shouldn't be too hard. For question 6, you just have to do the sign test that we did in class in lecture 14. It's just these have different data. So just do it by hand and show your work. And questions 7 or 8, these are what we did in class, and all you have to do is upload your completed worksheet to assignments in module if you were not in class. Actually, and after I'm done with this, I'm going to go through and I'm going to give you credit for those if you were in class that day. So if you were in class and I marked you down as being present, you don't need to upload anything. If I made a mistake and didn't mark you down as present, but you were there, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to upload it. But you would have took the notes anyway, so you can just upload it. And that's so it is a long exam, but I'm giving you lots of time to work on it. Let me know if you have any questions.